So most of you watching this channel may probably know me for my back pressure lifts. I've done tons and tons of videos doing that pronated sort of Devon style back pressure. People think I'm doing fake weights, double pulleys, whatever the case may be. That's what I'm usually known for. And as I've alluded to in a couple of my videos, my number one weakness is actually still my wrist. And that is why I've hardly done any videos of me doing wrist curls or max wrist type of lifts. But I think it's about time I come clean with you guys. I show you guys exactly how strong or maybe how weak my hand and wrist are. And perhaps it'll give you sort of a perspective as someone who has competed at the international level to a fairly okay level of success. Even with a quote-unquote weak wrist, you can sort of compensate that if you're strong elsewhere. So that's just a little bit of something to give you guys some motivation, some hope. And that's not saying that I encourage people to just give up one of your fundamentals just because it's weak or anything. In fact, right now, I'm in the process of trying to get my wrist as strong as possible. I'm trying to focus on getting my hand and wrist up to par with my back pressure, and hopefully by the end of the year, it will be up to standard. But yeah, just gonna be making this video showcasing a couple of fundamental lifts that I'm doing for my fingers and wrists right now, just to show you how heavy I can lift. The first lift I'm going to be doing is this flat wrist static lift with the Ultra Grip handle. So it's just with the thumb inside as well, getting into a starting position, keeping the wrist straight and just pulling back statically, keeping the wrist flat, preventing it from bending back, and having the fingers statically support the weight as you drag back with your lats. Now, I wouldn't call this one a successful lift since I couldn't get my elbow all the way down to the pad, so I'd call it 25 kilos for both hands. And also do note that I'm not at a 100% recovered, fresh condition during the making of this video. I had just had a heavy pull session the last week right after my super match on the left hand. So both left and right aren't in the best condition, but fresh enough. This is without a workout today yet. So I'm about as fresh as I could be on an average day. And I think that this is pretty representative of how I might feel on just any random given day. So this next lift is going to be pretty similar to the first one, just that instead of a flat finger position, this one's going to be a curled finger using this sort of wrist wrench-like device, and also a static lift using the lats to drag back, but having the fingers in a slightly curled position around the handle as I'm doing the lift. And for this one, the left was surprisingly close to the right, despite the left being a little bit more sore thanks to the super match I had just a couple of days before. And now the final lift I'm going to do is just going to be a simple dynamic wrist curl from the starting position with a thick handle. And for this one, I have to start with as straight a wrist as possible, not use my lats for momentum to drag back, and I can't bring my shoulder in front to get any extra leverage from my shoulders or pecs or my triceps. And for this one, the left hand tapped out at 42.5 kilos, same as the previous lift, 2.5 kilos behind the right hand. So there you guys have it. Were any of the numbers surprising to you guys? I know that it was a very humbling video to make. Usually I'm only posting videos of me doing like really heavy lifts on the back pressure, and now you guys know why I don't really show my wrist or finger lifts at all. Nothing very impressive, but hopefully I'll get back to you guys a couple months down the road with some better numbers. And I do think that with a stronger hand and wrist, that can really augment and allow me to further use more of my back pressure, work in sort of a synergistic manner, and take my arm wrestling to the next level. Until then, catch you guys in the next video.